Hello everybody and welcome back on in. So episode 3 we showed you what to do through butter building, how to beat butter building, the patterns of the boss. So we're going to be heading on to the next level, Grape Garden. Grape Garden is... It's got like a real cloud like air feel to it, so be prepared for that right there. It's not really going to be like a issue, but it's just like a design choice for it, and I like it. Up here, we'll be getting UFO. And even though I said how we only have UFOs for a short while, for the duration of the stage that we're in, when there's also 2 UFOs in one level area, they like to home in on you. So be careful for that, and also because with UFOs, or when UFOs pop up, the area is just blank on the bottom, so you can just fall right through and die. Be very careful on that right there. So, you know, if you get hit, your power is just going to go plump and just drop right into the bottom. So just that as a careful heads up. So here's why we get UFO. Because we're given this like fun little block stage to play with. And right at the end is gonna be this right here, where we have a bunch of I-beams. And I just want to point out, like, and just say, this right here feels a little suspicious, doesn't it? So let's go see what this is. Oh, hey, look! It's a hidden switch. Bonk. What does it unlock? Oh, hey, it unlocks a crane minigame. Nice! So, there's hidden areas in this game, hidden in a lot of places, so if you know where to look for it, you can find it super easy. And some of them are just hidden in plain sight. And that's gonna be a... Oh, I thought it was gonna be a 1. I was so excited for it being a 1, but nope. And welcome on to one of the levels or stages I dislike, I like the least. Mostly because these Poppy Road Juniors, I don't like them. They're a very annoying enemy to me. Plus also this area is kind of like a bit of a maze. And also another little thing too, like when this one, it'll fall into the water, don't get tricked in thinking that, oh, it's in the water, it's fine, I can go in there, right? Well, when an enemy falls into the water, as long as its body is still there, or its sprite is still there, and it doesn't just go kaboom, it is still going to be a threat. It is still going to be a possible issue for you. So be careful on that right there. Also, same goes for right here. If you have Tornado, be very careful because... I'll actually just show you what happens if you do, because... I can still do this next area, no problem. So if you go Tornado, even still with that, if you hit that, the power will bounce off. But as you saw right there, when you try to get it back, it fell on the spikes. And when a star falls on the spikes, it basically gets destroyed. Or there's no basic about it, it gets destroyed. So... And also when you get a double star, what happens is you basically, it goes to an enemy instead of stopping at an enemy. So because we have 2 Poppy Rose seniors, let's see what happens when we can get on the mix. We get Tornado, look at that, hot dog. Look at me being lucky. But that'll also be showing you what not to do, what to be careful with. So decide as a heads up. Also, when you're low in health, the game will remind you you're low in health by making that weird noise. Actually, you know what? Let's have some fun at the minigame, actually. Or a little hidden area. So we're gonna light this fuse, and we're gonna go into this cannon. So you don't need to hold down on it, but it's a fun thing to do just because. We're gonna grab this one up because we might end up needing it. And here we are on top of an airship. Whee! Now do be careful, because you can get hurt from it. And also the wind is not going to be in your favor. Also, yep, so there's a way to get to it. I just forgot the way it is. But we're not going to worry about that. What we are going to worry about, however, is, I guess, getting hit. And luckily for us, the game likes to play nice sometimes. And it'll, in areas like this, it'll go off the last room you entered or exited. So, you have that as a nice little thanks game type moment. And then on we go. So another thing about this game I do want to let you know as a heads up, like, let's say you're not as, you know, lucky as I am and stuff and you have a lot of lives. What happens if you get to continue? Well, what happens if you get to continue in this game is basically it'll ask you, do you want to continue or not? If you say no, you get a game over. But I believe it still does save your progress. However, if you say, you know, continue, you know, keep playing, you basically, all the areas, all the levels you beat already will still be beat. But you'll warp back to the beginning door of the level. So, you don't really lose a whole lot of progress. This game is very nice and it's very good on casual players or people who are just getting new into gaming. And that is what I absolutely love about Kirby games so much, is that they are so beginner friendly. But also at the same time, it's got an interesting skill level to it to where if you have the skill for it, you can basically keep on like having more thrilling and exciting levels of gameplay still. But that doesn't take away from the fact if you're new to games, like never played a controller before, you know, it can detract from anybody having fun. And the same actually even holds true for the new Kirby game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. We're gonna go for the extra life. Oh, we didn't make it. We were close, but we didn't make it. Alright, now on to a mini-boss I really dislike. I just call him Marble or Turtle. But he basically does the same thing that that Bugsy does, except I just don't like him. Just because he moves fast and he's not as predictable. His tails, I mean, they're still the same amount and stuff. Get the same amount of wiggle room for it. But it's still, I just don't like him. Also, is somebody over there? Nope. Oh no, someone's eating some food. The thing behind us, folks, that is our ferret's enclosure for when they're up and we're not in the office. So you happen to see one of them in there and stuff. They just decided, I guess, they want to just go chill out in there for a moment. Jump, 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 dash. You don't really need to do a dash there. It's just for a little bit of movement speed. And I just like to be fast with my speed sometimes. Whoop. And now on to another Meta Knight minion fight. So this is going to be one that's going to be introducing us to another interesting minion. This one right here, it's a floaty thing, and this one right here has a little spike pit on it, on the side of it. So it can hit you on one side. We're going to wait for this thing to throw its thing. Bam! And down goes that right there. So we're going to take Fireball for a reason. Fireball is going to be very helpful for us in the next level, or next section. And this level right here, this part of it, the Burp enemies, they like to track onto you. They will track onto you and not let go. Or they'll try to fall to where your location is. So this is, just know that as a heads up. And here's why. Like, you could totally just time your jumps on this right here and go through. and just feel very, very look at me, you know, I can do this. But Fireball is the safest, easiest way to go on through it. Now, up ahead is, I want to say, the toughest section of the game, or at least for me, because right here they throw a lot of things at you. So we're going to be playing it low and slow just to be safe. So the door you need to leave to get towards the end of this level is right on the stage. It's like right on the screen actually. But unfortunately, we have to do all these puzzles to go from point A to point B. And that's right there, that door right above us, that's the door we need. But before that, we have a clock mini-boss. Then after that, we have a dark room, where we have burper enemies that like to spawn. Now mind you, their spawn position is very set, and they're also very aggressive too. So that's another thing to also pay attention. And for the sake of things, I'm going to show what light does and what it looks like in here. It's a very nice like color layout. Like you don't see it anywhere else in the game. And it saddens me because just look at this. It's nice. The color pattern is very nice. And I would have totally been very happy if we would have had a whole stage or a whole section that didn't involve light that looked like this. I'd be very okay with it. I would actually want it. And here we are. We actually made it through without dying. That's pretty interesting. Because casually, that right there, that will take it out of you. So just be careful on that right there. That's going to be a very rough stage for any new player. So just take it slow, take it at your pace. There's no rush. So just know that right there. And now we're on to our fourth fight. This is the fight. This enemy's name is Krakos. That's the actual canonical name of it. Krakos is also one of the original, let's see, 1, 2, 3, one of the original 5 bosses from Kirby's Dream Land. So people think Kirby's Adventure is the first game. That's actually wrong. The first Kirby game was Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. So the 3 of the 5 original bosses are actually still in this game. Or in Adventures. That's Wispy Woods. Wispy Woods is actually very iconic for being in so many Kirby games. And also Krakos and King Dedede. So I also got a little ahead of myself and not explained this fight. So Krakos, he'll like to do the lightning storm. He'll do a swoop. He'll do a thing to where he shoots at enemies. Like this right here. Basically giving you a chance to go for high jumps. So I kind of got caught up in just doing damage without explaining. So the best way to do damage to him, honestly, is do high jumps. Like we've been doing. And bam. That's the Krakos fight. I know I made it look easy and stuff, but it's just a matter of just timing your high jumps, going, okay, boop, do that right there, and you're good to go. So I will see when we get to episode 5 of this guide, folks, when we do the Yogurt Yard. So I want to say thank you for watching, and have an amazing day. Duke, Duke, Duke.